3, 2, 1.
And it's game time. ConX5 here. Winners brackets. Top of our round 3 is going to be Sulaco versus skAven. We'll see if I mix their names up here. It's a little bit too alliterative for me. Two aggressive players, however. It'll be very interesting to see how they sort of butt heads. We just saw Zill win his game against Aiko. I believe he's going to be playing the winner of this match in the winners bracket finals. And we are on DM Sateca. This is, oh wow, sneaky little move there by Sulaco, trying to catch skAven off guard. Scared the hell out of me. Able to get a shot off, but not really going to do him any good there as he tries to be sneaky, but ends up conceding the rest of the map while waiting there. So he gives up all the vials, gives up the 50 armor. So a risky move there. Doesn't work out for him. However, we've seen he does have the ability to overcome that, especially on this map with so many vials. You can take a couple of risks. Oh, and there you go, negating that with a good prediction flak ball right there. So skAven going to try to work his way around. He pretty much lost his armor advantage. I see him walking right by vials. I think he's prioritizing the armor. Doesn't want to give away his position. And needs to move down towards that 100 armor soon. He's going to be taking the flak link route, which seems to be the preferred route for a lot of these players. And unfortunately for Sulaco, he is completely out of position there as skAven pushed him all the way off. Once again, though, Sulaco doing a good job of helping negate that 100 armor with a nice flak ball. Now, skAven does convert that into a kill, and that's really going to be the key to this map, is both of these players know this map very well. Both of them are pretty adept at being aggressive on the map, and I really think that that's going to make the difference, and that's what's making the difference in these matches, is when players can get on top as far as health, armor, basically get map control, and convert that into kills, because you can reverse map control so quickly on this map. You can't just be content like on bigger maps to run around and sort of just win a war of attrition by denying everything to your opponent. You have to actually make active, aggressive use of your advantages. And you see Sulaco not afraid to go right after skAven, knowing that he's kind of low on health. Even though he's got those health packs there, still down to 85. 100 armor is coming up soon. We'll see if Sulaco tries to jump back down that little chimney area. As skAven actually jumps over the 100 armor, so if Sulaco had tried to sneak up to him, he might have been able to ninja grab that. skAven here doing a good job. You see him getting kills and immediately moving either towards the next objective or to where he thinks Sulaco is going to be spawning. And that's what I mean by being, aggressive with your map control on this map. Whenever skAven gets the power-up control, every time he gets a kill or every time, anything significant happens, winning a fight, losing a fight, he's immediately moving on with a purpose to the next objective. Be it trying to get a spawn kill, be it trying to get in position for an armor. He knows where he's going ahead of time, and he is able to outrun opponents a lot of times because of that. He's got about 10 seconds left on the 100 armor, so he's going to grab 50 and head down there. I would be surprised if Sulaco isn't waiting for him. Maybe trying to ninja grab it. We've seen him try that at the very beginning of the game. There he is, sneaks in, steals it. So skAven even had an idea what was coming, but he couldn't get in position to stop it. And so skAven now in a tough position. He's got rockets coming at him. He can't really give chase. So Sulaco actually reversed map control right there. Now he's in position. He can make a play on the 50 armor. He's got the health and armor advantage. He knows where skAven is and where he's going. So now is when Sulaco needs to turn it around and be aggressive and really convert that into caps. Because right now, convert that into frags, because doesn't have any frags on the board right now. So even though he just flipped that map control around, he's going to need to be the hunter for a second, turn into predator and chase down skAven. All of these vials are still up in the map. Kind of surprising. These guys are both playing very not conservatively, I guess you'd say cautiously. They're trying to make sure the opponent doesn't know where they are. Like I've said before, you can reverse map control really quickly in this map by doing tons of prediction damage. You can throw out rockets, combos, whatever, goo, and by doing that you can negate virtually any advantage on this map. As you see skAven there actually conceding the 100 armor. Kind of surprised by that. Sulaco has a big advantage here, but skAven hasn't taken a ton of damage himself, so I thought maybe he would try to throw something else. Maybe he didn't have an effective weapon for it. But you see him kind of baiting Sulaco into taking those vials. He outruns them through those combos, however. Tries to throw out an LG shot. Sulaco still being a little bit timid here. I'm kind of surprised. He's pretty much maxed out here. I mean, he's 150 armor away from having warm-up mode. Well, actually, I mean, say warm-up mode. He's from having 150 armor and 199 health. So now's when he needs to push this issue. I don't know if maybe he's a little afraid that he's not going to be able to out-frag skAven. skAven certainly broke him down very effectively there. And that also gave him the 100 armor. So you see Sulaco there had complete control of the map, didn't push the issue, died once, and then all of a sudden he's on the run again. And I think that's going to be the problem that he's going to have, is you're going to need to see him be aggressive and sometimes fight when you don't have the health advantage or the armor advantage or even the position advantage. Sometimes you just have to force the issue. That's what skAven was able to do in a nice combo. You saw him hesitate on that third one. Double kill coming in there. So Sulaco now needs to move in on these spawns, try to turn this into multiple kills. You see him throwing down damage, denying those vials, but he's down to 46 health. He doesn't want to give up another kill. Another kill coming in, though. Cuts that lead in half, and he's going to be in position for the 100 armor. It should be up in about 5 to 10 seconds. He's got rockets. Ooh, double kill on there. Who's going to run to the armor first? Looks like he's going to head straight to that rocket launcher. Gives up the 100 armor in the process, though. So he grabs that flak cannon, but it doesn't do him any good because it didn't quite have timing of that 100 armor like skAven did. skAven gets there before he does, and Ninja grabs it right underneath him. Ton of damage coming out, but skAven's going to have that health advantage. Sulaco's going to be on the run. I'm going to switch over to skAven to see what he's seeing. He's pretty low on health, but you see him trying to make use of the fact, you see he converted another kill there. Didn't have a huge amount of health or armor, but he knew that he had to make use of his advantage and jump in on the enemy spawn. Went out into a kill, and you know that's +1 on the scoreboard that a lot of other players wouldn't have gotten because they would have been running away and trying to grab a 50 armor, trying to grab more vials. You can't worry as much about the resources in this map, especially if you're down. If you're down, you have to do everything you can to force fights and just try to come out ahead. skAven there, getting linked down pretty effectively there. So you see him shaking that mouse loose. So Sulaco reverses map control once again, but we need to see if he can convert any convert any kills out of it. If he can capture a flag in this map, I'll be extremely impressed. See a lot of prediction flak balls coming out, trying to catch skAven. Jumping in for an objective. However, skAven doing a pretty good job of remaining covert, only picking up items that he needs to or specifically wants to deny, not letting Sulaco know where he's going or where he's coming from. And we're looking for a play on the 100 armor here. Sulaco waiting to see which side skAven's going to attack it from. Gonna go ahead and grab that 50 armor. Not a bad move because he already had the 100 armor. And so it's gonna be up in about 10 seconds. Needs to make a move on it right now. If he jumps back to it now, he can steal this. And you see him do what we saw Zill do so effectively, which is essentially zoning out the opponent. However, he doesn't go after the 100 armor. So he did a good job of zoning skAven off of the entrance to the 100, but then got too low on health and couldn't make a big play on it. skAven able to grab it now, and that whole fight that Sulaco won was just completely flipped the other way now because skAven's got more armor than he does. And now 150 armor for skAven. So it went from Sulaco having 150 armor to skAven having 150. All based on that one fight right there. And I think that a more aggressive player might have been able to reverse that outcome. skAven with some nice prediction shots, but not able to connect them, so instead he just goes in for some old-fashioned shock tape. Trying to mini him down, doesn't know where he's going. So some good patience by Sulaco. Not going to save him, but maybe waste some of skAven's patience and ammo. Sulaco now down on the 100 armor, needs to get this one. He can't be content. Well, actually, he does a good amount of damage to skAven, but again, skAven was so stacked that he's still going to convert a cap out of that anyway. He's still got 64 armor left, so Sulaco there really needed to push that issue and grab that so that he could be at least on even ground for a fight. Instead, skAven's going to be running around here. Pretty good health and armor. Not amazing, like for this map. You can take him out with a shock ball, or a shock combo or a flak ball. Now we're seeing Sulaco just trying to do damage any way possible. It's going to break him down a bit, but it's going to cost him a couple kills to do so. Sulaco now trying to make his way around. That 100 armor is coming up soon. Ooh, a flak ball comes right across his chest. He's going to go ahead and concede that 50 area. We just saw skAven leave this area. I don't know. Oh, there he sees him. Doesn't see him. Jumps right by Sulaco. Doesn't see him, so he's able to sneak in and grab that. Mini takes him down. At the very least, though, he's got skAven down to base health and no armor. So this 50 armor fight is going to be very important with who can get an advantage built here. Or not. Be curious to see what Sulaco was doing. It looks like he was picking up some vials instead. Oh, and a nice combo comes out. So there's that 50 being negated. Be interesting to see, though, if he starts chasing after skAven more, or if he's going to try to just cut him off at the objectives, because he's running out of time. He's been playing pretty effectively in this mid-game, but he hasn't been getting frags out of it. And you see some shock tape coming in by skAven, just completely juggling Sulaco back down to the ground, and that's the kind of thing that's going to kill your morale quite a bit. When you fight your way back and then you just get straight up out-aimed. He's in the water, but he's going to be able to get that 100 armor. Going down to skAven's link gun, however, but skAven now only 27 armor, so we're looking pretty even here. Sulaco trying to get a desperation piston kill here. Oh, a nice dropping combo. Once again, you see skAven moving with a purpose, going straight up to the 50 after getting that kill. You're not seeing a lot of downtime, not a lot of inefficient movement, and especially on a map that's smaller like this, that's going to make a huge difference. 100 armor spawns pretty soon. Sulaco not really going for it, more trying to catch skAven off guard. Doesn't work out. It's not a terrible strategy, but I think with 3 minutes left, down 13, there's not really a great strategy for that situation anyway. So I'm going to watch skAven just kind of run around, and you can pretty much put it on cruise control at this point, as long as he doesn't get suicidally aggressive. It's pretty much got this map locked up. However, it is going to be best of 3 again, because we're into the later rounds of the winners bracket. So Sulaco will have a chance to avenge himself, as we see the rampage coming out by skAven, absolutely dominating this map right now. Take a look at some of the stats coming through. I mean, Sulaco, like we saw him contest some power-ups. We see him grabbing a whole bunch of health vials. However, I think skAven just, I don't think grabbing all those 50s made a huge difference. I think he was just able to straight up out-frag him. You saw him converting, multiple kills off 100 armor runs, and that's kind of how you have to look at this map. Is look at the 100 armor almost like an amp run, where you have to use it to get some kills. Otherwise, you're just idle with it. We saw right around that middle point of the map, skAven was down to no armor. You had Sulaco with 150 armor and some like 140 health or something, and all of a sudden it gets turned around. Sulaco ends up giving up the 100 armor. skAven grabs 150 and ends up winning a fight. All of a sudden he's got 150 armor and he's just dominating the map again. So just a good job by skAven of recovering from whenever Sulaco did have control over him. Like we say, this is a map where if you can make some prediction shots, you can break down that control very quickly. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead and call a good game, and map 2 will be coming up right now.